Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Prabhuji. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Mataji.
Hare Kṛṣṇa, Prabhuji.
Are you using your laptop or using your phone? Or what are you using, Prabhu?
Yeah, I'm using my laptop.
Laptop? Can you please share screen for Canto 10, Chapter 10, with a bliss?
Let me see.
You can share screen.
While Prabhuji is opening, so we are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from the home of Srimad Prabhu and Bhaswati Mataji, such wonderful devotees, such wonderful kirtan we do. It's amazing. Here. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavati uttamashloke Bhaktir bhavati nashriki Ārādhayo Bhagavāna Vrajeshitanayas Tadhāma Vrindavanam Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavati Vargena Vakalpita Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanamam Prema Pumartho Mahan Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu Matamidam Tatradarana para Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Kṛṣṇa Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Thank you so much, dear worshipful devotees, for joining in this Kartik month to read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Is very, very glorious, especially in the association of wonderful devotees, all of you. So, and it is so interesting that we are reading that section of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. It's Damodar Kartik Damodar Lila. So, yesterday we read till this point of empathy. And I was discussing with some devotees today, and that empathy is basically the softness of heart. Krishna likes to steal butter, and butter has two qualities. One is it's soft, and other is it's white. White means it's pure, it's free from the black dirt of lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, and illusion. And soft means it has a kind heart towards others. How can a person with a soft heart try to cause unnecessary harm to others? By his words, by his mind, or by his actions? What to speak of killing innocent animals just for the sake of some excursion, some entertainment? That's not softness of heart. As mentioned, only a cruel-hearted person would try to kill others to get some fun. So we're talking about empathy, different examples we discussed. Let's read text number 16 from chapter 10, canto 10, the deliverance of Yamalarjuna trees. Nityaṁ shutshama dehasya daridrasyana kanshinaha indriyani anushushyanti himsapi vinivartate. Translation and purport by Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Always hungry, longing for sufficient food, a poverty-stricken man gradually becomes weaker and weaker. We have to open 10, 10, 16. Go all the way down. Keep going down. 10, 10, 16. 16th verse. And do a little bit.
Scroll up.
Prabhuji, I have logged into vedavyas.io. So I'm just getting like this way, not like.
Click
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
Okay, got it.
verse. You go to 16, 1/6 verse and click on that.
Yep.
Then in the view, you can change to advanced view. Or you can just do next. That's fine. Let's keep that. Just do zoom in a little bit so people who are reading through screen can see that. Zoom in. Control and scroll your mouse.
It's fine, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Good, thank you. Always hungry, longing for sufficient food, a poverty-stricken man gradually becomes weaker and weaker. Having no extra potency, his senses are automatically pacified. A poverty-stricken man, therefore, is unable to perform harmful, envious activities. And yeah, please keep your phones or apps on mute when you're not speaking, please. Poverty-stricken man, therefore, is unable to perform harmful, envious activities. In other words, such a man automatically gains the results of the austerities and penances adopted voluntarily by saintly people.
Purport. According to the opinion of experienced medical practitioners, diabetes is a result of voracious eating, and tuberculosis is a disease of under-eating. We should desire neither to be diabetic nor to be tubercular. Yavat artha prayojanam. We should eat frugally and keep the body fit for advancing in Krishna consciousness. As recommended elsewhere in Srimad-Bhāgavatam 1.2.10, Kamasyanendriya pritir lavo jivita yavata jivasya tadva jignasha nartha yascheha karmavi. The real business of human life is to keep oneself fit for advancement in spiritual realization. Human life is not meant for making the senses unnecessarily strong so that one suffers from disease and one increases in an envious fighting spirit. In this age of Kali, however, human civilization is so misled that people are unnecessarily increasing in economic development, and as a result, they are opening more and more slaughterhouses, liquor shops, and brothels. In this way, the whole civilization is being spoiled.
What do you think?
So it's important for us to keep our body healthy. So what Prabhupada is telling us, not to eat much, not to eat less, and keep a balance. And that is very important for human life, and we have to keep our body healthy to get the Krishna consciousness and advance in Krishna consciousness. And also when we preach, if we are not fit, if we are not healthy, how can we preach to other people? That one aspect. And another aspect is people are having a lot of bad habits, alcohol, drinking alcohols, eating unhealthy foods. So those are actually not good for the human civilization.
Guruji, can you stop sharing while we are not reading? You can see that up there. See? Great view. That's fine. That's fine. The grid go like this.
Great. Can I take?
Yeah. Gallery view.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Devotees keep their cameras on. So the point here is we need to balance nicely. So nice example. Don't overeat, don't undereat either. Overeating results in diabetes.
Starvation leads to the tuberculosis.
Diabetes mentioned?
yeah.
Diabetes.
Mentioned, right?
Yes, diabetic and
Overeating can
Oh,
cause
diabetes is
diabetes.
also voracious eating. So there are more diabetes than tuberculosis these days, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people end up overeating than undereating. There are more problems by overeating than undereating. But the point here is that a person who is poverty-stricken naturally, Prabhupada mentioned, naturally gains the result of the austerities. Because, and sometimes, like there are a lot of stories in the Puranas where it's mentioned that that person, just happened to starve for that day, that whole night, was hungry, and then hungry was saying, God help me, God help me. And then that night happened to be the night of Ekadashi.
Yes.
So he happened to do unknowingly tapasya and starving whole day, whole night, and also chanting God's name. Krishna, help me. Why I'm so poor? That's still better than, not chanting Krishna's name, even if one is chanting because of material empowerment or whatever reason. So, the real business of human life is to keep oneself fit for advancement in spiritual realization. Every word is very critical. The real business is not to keep oneself fit. That's, someone could end one right there. Oh, the real business is to keep oneself fit. And the sentence seems okay, is it not? The sentence seems okay and quite complete. But the next half is more important. Because many people aspire to keep themselves fit, which is very nice. But for what? To enjoy self-gratification, right? To attract the opposite sex, to enjoy the worldly pleasures. But that's not the real purpose of life. The real purpose of life is to be healthy so that we can make advancement in spiritual realization, Prabhupada writes. It's not for making senses strong so that one suffers from the disease. Human life is not meant for making the senses unnecessarily strong, right? So that one suffers from this disease and one increases in envious fighting spirit. One time, in college, a lot of people have this passion, bodybuilding, this, that. It's quite common, we see, So, one of my spiritual mentors in college, I was like, wow, that's really hard. We'll spend like 5 hours in the gym, 6 hours, competition, morning 5 hours, some people morning 2-3 hours, afternoon 2-3 hours, and evening 2-3 hours. Really, and then, but what was the purpose? Okay, same, sense gratification. And I was like also a new kind of person, and I was like, oh wow, this person has really good body. How people are tempted, and it's attractive, no doubt. Big muscles. So I was telling revealing my heart to my teacher. I'm impressed by their body. Not talking about girls, I'm talking about boys. Big muscle and it's that I'm. He said, what extra will happen to them? I said, I don't know. He said, at the time of death, they may need 2 more pieces of wood to burn their body because of the extra muscle or extra fat, whatever, extra size of the body. And that still echoes in my heart. Oh, again, the point is that we have to be healthy, eat balanced, regulate our body with proper yukta hara viharasya, yukta swapna cheshta, yukta hara viharasya, yukta swapna cheshta, yukta swapna bodhasya yoga bhavati dukkha. Bhagavata 6.17. One should regulate one's eating, sleeping, recreation, etc. For what? Spiritual advancement. Spiritual advancement. Whatever is favorable, we accept it. A lot of devotees do some form of yoga, 15-20 minutes a day, which is very healthy. And we must try at least some regulated 3-4 days a week to do some exercise, some stretching, some breathing, yoga, pranayama. It helps the body, no doubt it helps the body. And we must try. Someone asked Maharaj, well, we are not the body, then why should we worry about this body? If disease has to come, then it will come. If I have to live 60 years, I'll live 60 years. If I have to live 100 years, I'll live 100 years. Then why should we really care so much about the body? We are not the body of the spirit soul. Any thoughts, anyone else?
Because Prabhupada says that we have to keep our body healthy. If we don't keep our body healthy, we won't be able to do actions in Krishna consciousness. Right? It's very important to have healthy body. That's also very important. But you have to keep that body like. And I was reading Bhagavad Gita 6. Now I'm reading Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, and in one of the quote I remember it says that if you only do yoga to only keep your body healthy and don't forget about Krishna and forget about your spiritual life, then no need of keeping this body. But if you are thinking like, okay, we are keeping this body healthy, and your main goal is to do your bhakti, not like do your bhakti unintermittently. No interruption should come when you do the bhakti as much as possible. But because we'll get deep old age, disease, and death. That's our faith. That's very, very true. But as much as we able to be conscious about keeping our healthy body and healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, that's why very important.
Perfect. That's so true. Maharaj gave the example of a car. Right? We keep the car healthy. Why? Keeping the car healthy means putting fuel, putting engine oil, service. The brake should work, right? If you want to stop, it should stop. Otherwise, the passenger will, you will say, oh, it's just a matter, it's dead matter. Yes, but it is a tool. It is a tool to get to, destination, to the temple, to our workplace, to school, whatnot. It's a tool to help us in bhakti. Similarly, yes, body is temporary, but it's a tool to engage, use this body to bow down, to use our eyes, hands, legs, feet, all the limbs which God has given. So we use that. Now, he gave the example of ordinary car. Let's say you have cars, whatever, Toyota, Honda, whatever. And then there is a emergency rescue vehicle, right? Do they maintain those vehicles? What do you think? They maintain, like unka service,
Yes.
brakes, oil. Now, do you think that they maintain those vehicles to a much finer degree compared to how we would maintain our vehicle? The emergency, did everyone get the question? The emergency rescue vehicles, let's say the police vehicle or the medical, emergency vehicles, they also are vehicles in short. They're also like motor vehicles. They also maintain that, we agree, that they must be maintaining, checking the brakes, checking oil and everything. But do you think they maintain to a finer degree, like a high?
Yes, finer degree.
No. Because that's not their property. Like that car is our, like the way I will take care of our car because that's our car, right? But for the emergency, right?
I mean,
I don't know.
I think they maintain better, Prabhuji.
They maintain better. They have to maintain better.
Maintain better. Why I'm
Just
telling
think
you,
about.
they have to
Someone
take care
calls
of
them
you.
for
Okay,
emergency.
emergency.
They go, no, wait, car is not
Anytime they
starting.
can come.
Okay.
My car is not starting. Sorry, I need to go to get the engine repaired.
Like you are calling AAA. If they are not ready, if their things are not ready, if they are not doing good, how they can come to rescue you?
Oh,
Yes.
Let's say if my friend calls me and I want to come to his, let's say he has a program, and I realize, oh, my car, somehow the battery is low and I can't even start. I will say, sorry, I can't come today because of this issue. And I say, okay, understandable. But you can't expect that response from a 911 or, emergency vehicle. It's life and death situation.
yeah.
Right? So they maintain, and the Maharaj said that's basically a devotee's body. Devotees are those spiritual warriors who are saving people's life and death, who are helping them to come out of this illusion. So, yogis, spiritualists, devotees must try to, with that mood that my body is a tool, for service, for book distribution, for prasad distribution, for sankirtan, for Krishna has gifted me this body, these hands and legs. Not every person has it. If he has given me, I must maintain it so I can use it in the right cause. Any more thoughts, comments anyone has in this text? Okay, let's read. Next. Okay, you can open the door. Someone is there. Maybe they want to read. Hare, would you?
Who is in the call? Who is in the Zoom?
Would you like to read? Are you able to read or from the bigger screen?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I'm reading.
Oh, okay, you read. Okay, so.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Daridra Saiva Jujyante Sadhava Samadarshina Sarvi Kyanati Tarsa Tata Arohi Tuswadhyati. Sanity person may all glories to Prabhupada ki jai. Sanity persons may freely associate with those who are poverty-stricken, but not with those who are rich. A poverty-stricken man, by association with sanity person, very soon becomes interested in material desires, and the dirty things within the core of his heart are cleansed away. It is said, Mahat Vicharnanam Naram Griham Dina Chetasam. Bhagavatam 10.8.4. The only business of a sanity person, a sannyasi, a person in the renounced order, is to teach Krishna consciousness. Sadhus, sanity persons, want to teach to both the poor and the rich. But the poor take more advantage of the sadhus preaching than the rich do. A poor man receives sadhus very quickly, offers them obeisance, and tries to take advantage of their presence, whereas a rich man keeps a big greyhound dog at his door so that no one can enter his house. He posts a sign saying, "Beware of dog," and avoids the association of sanity persons, whereas a poor man keeps his door open for them and thus benefits by their association more than a rich man does, because Narad Muni in his previous life was the poverty-stricken son of a maid servant. He got the association of sanity persons and later became the exact Narad Muni. This was the actual experience. Therefore, he is now comparing the position of a poor man with that of a rich man. Satam prasanganam vidya sanvido bhavanti hut karna rasayan katha tuchakhyana dasva varga muni Sradha Rati Bhakti Rat Nukramisyati. Bhagavad Gita 3.2.3.25 and 25. If one gets the advantage of association with sanity persons, by their instructions, one becomes more and more purified of material desires. Krishna Bahirmukha Hanja Bhoga Bancha Kare Nikatastha Mayatare Jhapatiya Dhare. This is from Prema Vivarta. Material life means that one forgets Krishna and that one increases in one's desire for sense gratification. But if one receives the advantage of instruction from sanity person and forgets the importance of material desires, one is automatically purified. Seto drapeyo marjanam bhavamahadavagni nidvapanam. Sikastava 1. Unless the core of a materialistic person's heart is purified, he cannot get rid of the pangs of Bhava-Maha-Davangi, the blazing fire of material existence. Okay, so Prabhuji, just I'm adding my 2 points here. So last few verses we are talking about the poor poverty person, like how they are struggling to get their shelter, food, and also for their cloth, and comparing with them that rich person, how they have everything, but they are in a illusion. The rich person, they are in a illusion. They are not thinking anything about Krishna. The poor person, they are happy, like once they have got like something food or anything like a shelter, or then they don't need much, and they are very humble. And when they got a chance of any sadhu, then they are more interested comparing to a rich person. Rich persons are more in illusion, and they are thinking like they have they need more prestige, and they need also, once they have everything, still they need, like if they have a car, then again they are thinking they need a big car and a big house and everything like that. But a poor person, that they are happy, like after getting their shelter or food or their clothes, then they are more happy compared to a rich person. And that sadhus also, like they are also more interested compared to the rich person. The sadhus also taking their blessing to the poor person. Maybe you can take an example like in the Mahabharata. So when Bhagavan Krishna went to Hastinapur as a mediator, Santidut, to Duryodhana, that Hastinapur, then Duryodhana also invited him to do the lunch with him, but Bhagavan Sri Krishna avoided that one, and he went to Vidura house, and he was more happy, like not taking any, because Duryodhana, that person is an arrogant person, that and Bhagavan Krishna know that how Vidura is a humble, he's a poor person, but he's a humble and sincere person. So he went to his house. That is my sense, Prabhuji. Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Can you please, when you're not reading, you can see if you want. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I was thinking of a verse of Kunti Maharani in this text. Namo kinchana vittaya nivritta gunavrittaye atmaramaya shantaya kevalye pataye namaha. Kunti Maharani says, my obeisances unto you, means Krishna, you are the property of materially impoverished. Akinchana vittaya. What does that mean? Akinchana vittaya means those, kincha means something. Something. Akinchana means those are nothing. Now it may not be, it does not mean that, certainly it means that wealth is dangerous for bhakti, and often we see that, as Prabhupada is mentioning here, to go to a rich person's house, there is like this approval, that approval, and this, dog is barking, beware of dogs, trespassers prosecuted, this, that, to enter that is it's like going through 20 doors. But a poor person may not even have any doors. So everyone is welcome. Atithi Devo Bhava. That was the slogan before. Atithi Devo Bhava. That everyone is welcome, and especially Atithi means those who come without Tithi. Guests are like God. They treat them with that respect. But nowadays is beware of dogs. Trespassers prosecuted. They are not to step on my property. Otherwise, the police will come. I remember, like we were at some place and we were doing something. We were using someone's kind of the grass area, not the inside, but the grass area. And somehow the alarm started to ring. Hey, get aside! The police will come. Get aside! And then, okay, we're getting aside. So there was some shade. We tried to use the shade to do some service, but the alarm started to ring. Several secret agents. Anyways, the point is that yes, Krishna, it's not about how much. It's basically the openness to receive Sadhu Sanga. One could be even wealthy, but still a kinchan. That's the state we have to develop. Whatever our current situation is, but understanding that the real stuff is only Krishna can give me shelter. Avashya rakshibe iti vishwasa. My degree will not help. My bank balance will not help. My job will not help, no matter how much we earn. My saving account or checking account or this account, that account will not really help. My saving account will not save me. Saving account. What will save us is how intensely we call, how akinchana bhava. Krishna, I'm yours. That comes through Sadhu Sanga. And Sadhu Sanga becomes easy when we have that mood of akinchana. Otherwise, big house, big maintenance, big circle, then the circle also becomes big. And in those circles, what are people talking about? Maybe the new wine in town, the new restaurant in town, the new car in town, the new movie in town. That's a general talk about that in that circle. But here the whole mood for the last few verses is that wealth is quite dangerous. So one should be handled with care. Handle with care and utilize, develop that spirit of akinchana, develop that spirit of associating more with sadhus. A poor man receives sadhus very quickly. Can we see that also? Right? Because there is, Prabhupada is writing, the big person may have a big greyhound dog. Greyhound is a bus company also, right? So the big greyhound dog. Yeah. It's basically in their fast also, I heard there is a race of greyhound dogs. They run very fast. So, but what does a poor man has? A big, he posts a sign, beware of dogs, and avoids association of sadhus, saintly person, saintly person, saintly. Whereas a poor man keeps his door open. Welcome. There is no door on me. Come anytime.
Because the poor man has nothing to lose. And the rich people has a lot of wealth and property. And they're always scared.
Yes. Vam akinchana gocharam. Vam akinchana gocharam. Krishna is for those who are in their heart have that attitude. Association. Association is emphasized. When association gets easy, then we have that mood in the heart. Otherwise, it will be quite hard. Big houses. People have big houses these days. People have like 3,000 square feet. I think recently. It's a normal 3,000 square feet.
Normal 3,000. Yeah.
Because then after some time, even they'll see a 4,000 one, and then that will seem smaller.
Very true.
But how many people live in that? Like 2, 3 people.
2 or 3.
And how many sadhus come? Never, rare, very rare. And then the question comes, so we're not against big house or small house. Basically, the essence is, as much as possible, do sadhu sanga. That will save us, and that is the real shelter. And that will help us to get more closer to Krishna. Any other comments, thoughts you want to add or correct? Mataji can read.
Number
18 verse. Can shift
can
it-
point
can shift it towards-
Or you can come here, Mataji.
10 point, 14 point,
10, 10, 10.
10.
10, 10, 18.
Mhm.
Come here, Mataji.
Chapter 10, right? Canto 10, chapter 10, right?
Yeah.
No problem. Chapter 10.
Yeah, take this.
Yes.
18.
Sadhunam samachittanam mukunda charanaisinam upekshya kim dhanastambhir asadbhir asad asaya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Ki Jai. Saintly persons, sadhus, think of Krishna 24 hours a day. They have no other interest. Why should people neglect the association of such exalted spiritual personalities and try to associate with materialists, taking shelter of non-devotees, most of whom are proud and rich? Purport: a sadhu is one who is engaged in devotional service to the Lord without deviation. Bhajate mam ananya bhak. Titiksava karunika suhrada sarva dehinam ajata satrava santa sadhava sadhu bhusana. The symptoms of a sadhu are that he is tolerant, merciful, and friendly to all living entities. He has no enemies, he is peaceful, he abides by the scriptures, and all his characteristics are sublime. Bhagavad Gita 3.25.21. A sadhu is Suhrada Sarva Dehinam, the friend of everyone. Why then should the rich, instead of associating with sadhus, waste their valuable time in association with other rich men who are adverse to spiritual life? Both the poor men and the rich men can take advantage of Krishna consciousness movement, and here it is advised that everyone do so. There is no profit in avoiding the association of the members of the Krishna consciousness movement. Narottama Dasa Thakur has said, Satsanga chadi kaino asate vilasa te karane lagile ye karma banda fansa. If we give up the association of sadhus, saintly persons engaged in Krishna consciousness, and associate with persons seeking sense gratification and accumulating wealth for this purpose, our life is spoiled. The words The word asat refers to an Avaishnava, one who is not a devotee of Krishna, and Sat refers to a Vaishnava, Krishna's devotee. One should always seek the association of Vaishnavas and not spoil one's life by mixing the Avaishnavas. In Bhagavad Gita 7.15, the distinction between Vaishnavas and Avaishnavas is enunciated. Namam dukkarthino mudha prapadyante naradama mayaya pahrata jnana asuram bhava ashrita. Anyone who is not surrendered to Krishna is most sinful person, dushkruti, and rascal, Buddha, and lowest of men, Naradama. Therefore, one should not avoid the association of Vaishnavas, which is now available all over the world in the form of Krishna consciousness movement. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think all that we taught in the morning is in the we had that. Yeah, Prabhu, I think Prabhupada is clearly explaining differences between Vaishnavas and Avaishnavas, and he also explained about who is called Vaishnava, one who invites other Vaishnavas. Sat it is referred to as Vaishnava, and Dushkruti is referred as Avaishnava, I think. And he's again connecting that to wealthy people to and compared against poor. If sadhus are kind of getting invited to the poor, then he's actually a Vaishnava, which is dear to Krishna. And if some rich people, if they are in association with materialistic rich people, then sadhus wouldn't come to them, or they wouldn't be at that point they should have invited sadhus instead of materialistic sense gratification talk related people. So that's what I understood.
Thank you.
Please.
So in the first half of this verse, it's mentioned about who is a sadhu. Sadhu veshadhari sadhu na ho. Sirf dhoti kurta tilak धारण करने से साधु नहीं होता. साधूनां समचित्तानां मुकुंद चरण एशीनां, whose only business, all words are critical. Sadhunam samachitta. Sama means same. The English word same comes from the word sama. Chitta means consciousness. They have equal or equipoise. They are equipoise. Sadhunam samachittanam. The sadhus are equipoised towards everyone, because their heart is always connected to the lotus feet of Mukunda. Mukunda charana eshina. They always have one business. Vyavasayatmika buddha. Only one interest. What is the interest? Thinking of Krishna 24 hours a day. Prabhupada is mentioning in the translation. 24 hours thinking of Krishna. Very high level. At least we can start with 2.4 hours. Right? But 24 minutes is also a big thing. But at least we try that. That's about definitions of sadhu. Then Narad Muni is telling, why should someone neglect their association, which is so advantageous for our own good, and take association of bad people, which is asadhus, those who are engaged in intoxication, gambling, etc., etc. Why would even, the idea is that if some nectar is available, why would someone, run for like stools, right? The Avaishnava, what happens? talks about money, opposite sex, new car, new movie, new Hollywood song, Bollywood song, new. There's nothing new there. There's all like old, mature. There's nothing new there. So basically, the whole topic today is about association of devotees. The more we take association of devotees, the more we will benefit and develop these qualities: titikshva, tolerance; karunika, compassion, merciful; suhrida. Suhrid, so means good, hrida means heart, to develop a kind heart, an empathetic, compassionate heart towards everyone. Sarva dehina, all living beings. Ajata shatru, so koi shatru nahi. Jata means janm, ajata means no janm. Shatru ka janm nahi hua, ajata shatru. Yudhishthira Maharaj was called Ajata Shatru. Iske Shatru ka janm nahi hua. That means he was so, even the enemies would not.
Without enemy. Born without any enemy. Ajata Shatru.
Yeah, that can also be said. That's also a nice meaning. And there is no like, his Shatru is not born. That means everyone is his friend. Everyone considers him as friend and he considers everyone as friend. Shanta, peaceful, submissive. Sadhu, Sādhu bhūshana. Bhūshana means? Abhushan.
Dress. Pride. No.
Abhushan is ornament.
Bhushan.
Alankar. These are the ornaments of, sadhu. These qualities: tolerance, equipoised, titikshva, karunika, compassion, titikshva, karunika, suhrida, sarvadehina, being equipoised to everyone. Ajata shatra is not considered he's my friend, he's my enemy, he's good, he's bad, he's equipoised. So, Prahlad Maharaj was also told, hey, this is your friend, this is your enemy. So, this is like dvanda. You have to become nirdvanda. You have to become free of these dualities. Shanta, peaceful, compassionate. These are the ornaments. Again, Prabhupada is mentioning, poor person can take advantage of Krishna consciousness. But both the poor and rich can take advantage. And that's what we see in Krishna consciousness movement. Whether one is poor, no money, zero money, or millionaire, or billionaires, and anyone, whatever, male, female, rich or poor, young or old, healthy or diseased, Indian or American, white or black, red or blue, India or America, there's no bias, there's no anyone and everyone. Prabhupada is mentioning here. Therefore, one should not avoid the association of devotees, which is now, it's only by Prabhupada's mercy, now available all over the world in form of Krishna consciousness movement. It's a very big thing. Sometimes we take it for granted, but it's not something we should take for granted. Still, there are towns where there are no devotees, or maybe they are like within that 1 hour radius, there is no devotee. So, but fortunately, Tampa has so many wonderful devotees. One of you in most cities have nice devotees. So we should never take it for granted, because familiarity breeds contempt. Sometimes you may feel, oh, what's the big deal? Every Saturday I meet, sometimes even more than once a week I meet them. What's a big deal? If we have that attitude, Krishna will take that association. Or our interest to be with devotees will dwindle. Or he will make arrangement that we will lose that opportunity. So we should never, we should eagerly take that opportunity and value it. And try to build more on that. Or build more means share more, make more devotees. And this Kartik month is the best time to meet new people and tell them about Kartik month, tell them about lamp offering. I just met this person, Ashish Mishra, after like 3 years. A nice person, used to come and everything. But everyone has a small, he got a small baby, and now she's 2 years. We met after the first time. Their daughter, 18 months.
I think I saw he just sent some pictures.
Yeah.
I saw him in some of the programs before.
Yeah, he used to come. Yes, he's come multiple times. He's going to make a this past 6-7 years. He used to live in Asprey. Yeah. So
no, but recent, like I'm with the ISKCON temple for 5 years almost. But I saw him.
Yeah, he has come
recently.
You may have seen him.
Yeah.
He's going to host a program soon. Invite a lot of his family in Kibarat. He said like 50+ people. So really good. Let's do it. Why not? People have this, eagerness to serve Vaishnavas, to host program. This is the best use of the home. To invite devotees, to invite Krishna, serve Prashadam, offer lamb. So much benefit everyone will get. We must take this opportunity in Kartik month as much as possible and share with as many people as possible. That's the whole mood. By sharing, we increase this family. More people will be inspired. Right? If we would not be doing these programs, like think about how will devotees come. If we don't distribute books, we don't have this bhakti vriksha. So many people are coming. So we should always seek, count those. Sometimes you may feel like nothing is happening with devotee banding. Sometimes these things may come, I try, no one is coming. But think about the positive. If this book distribution would not have been there, so many people got connected by that. If this bhakti vriksha would not have been there, so many people would not have been connected. If the other program would not have been there, so many people would have not got the mercy of Lord. So always see, and always as Krishna says, Anam Janmanam Antya Gyanvam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvampi Samhatma Sudharma. Out of many, many thousands and millions or many, many lifetimes, one person takes it seriously. So you're all like those sincere out of thousands. Any thoughts, comments anyone has in these 2-3 verses about association, about rich, poor? These are the main topics we discussed today.
Chaitanya Prabhuji's recently I heard a lecture. So Prabhuji was mentioning about Krishna's mercy. So to come to the Krishna consciousness, no one needs any qualification. So he said like Krishna doesn't need any qualifications from any devotees, but he never disqualify anyone. So I get that point. He never disqualify anyone. So either you don't need to be qualified, but Krishna will disqualify you if you are not qualified or like that.
Yeah, he has those nice, sweet, witty one-liners a lot. Thank you for sharing. Any other devotees on the call have any comment, addition, subtraction, multiplication?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, very well, nicely. I was thinking about this one you mentioned, so always like 240. Krishna says that Swalpam Apyasya, even small, endeavor we do, it will, give us protection and protect from the greatest of the dangers. So even though we are doing very little, but in Krishna sees this as very big. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Very nice. Okay, so it's past 9. We will pause here and continue.
Nargmuni is connecting to the wealth of the Kubera sons, right? Here in this, when that's how it is.
Yeah, they are just like people who are doing this drama for giving this nectar to us. Because ultimately, Bhagavatam, they are just instruments to. It's like same, like on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna was bewildered. It was not that he was bewildered. Krishna is putting him in that situation so we can get the nectar of the Gita. Similarly, Krishna does this time and again through his devotees and others, people, putting them in the role of allurements and so that we can get this message. So yeah, I mean, in one way, yes, you can say that yes, they were connected to, they were proud of their wealth, they were, we discussed their background. But the idea is, yes, actually, this is not about Nalkvira money, this is about my story. How attached am I to wealth and house and all these materialistic things, which comes as an hindrance in my bhakti many times, which does not allow me to associate with devotees. And that's a nice lesson we were reading today, this morning, from Bhagavad Gita chapter 17, text number 15. One should mold one's life so that one can remember Krishna. Molding one's life means molding one's job, molding one's habits, molding one's food, molding one's every aspect, so that one can remember Krishna more. Hare Kṛṣṇa. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai. Prabhupada
Yeah.
ki jai. Nitai gaur premanande. Thank you for joining. Hare Kṛṣṇa. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Kṛṣṇa. Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Kṛṣṇa.
Kṛṣṇa. Prabhu.